Hello, and welcome back to the garden. You know, there's nothing quite like the taste of homegrown vegetables, is there? And the beauty is, it needn't be complicated. That's why I want to talk to you about spinach. Spinach is a wonderfully versatile vegetable and one of the most satisfying to grow yourself. It's a cool season crop, meaning it thrives in the milder temperatures of spring and autumn. And April is the perfect time to get your spinach seeds started. Want to grow fresh leafy greens in just a few weeks? Spinach is one of the easiest and fastest crops to grow, especially in April. Let me show you exactly how to do it step by step. Now, the first thing you need to consider when growing spinach, or indeed any crop for that matter, is where to plant it. Spinach loves sunshine, but it also appreciates a bit of shade, especially in the warmer months. Here in the UK, April often brings with it a mix of sunshine and showers, which is just perfect for young spinach plants. Ideally, you're looking for a spot in your garden that gets around 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. If you live in a particularly hot climate, a little bit of afternoon shade will do wonders in preventing your spinach from bolting, which is when it flowers and goes to seed prematurely. Right. Now let's talk about soil. Spinach, you see, it loves a rich, fertile soil that's well-draining. Now, before you plant anything, it's a good idea to remove any weeds or stones and give the soil a good dig over. We want to loosen it up a bit, allow those roots to penetrate easily. Now, incorporating some organic matter, like compost or well-rotted manure, will not only improve the soil structure and drainage, but will also provide your spinach plants with all the nutrients they need for healthy growth. Remember, healthy soil means healthy plants. Now comes the exciting part, sowing the seeds. Spinach seeds are quite small, so it's best to sow them directly into the ground rather than starting them off in trays. I find it helpful to mark out rows in the soil, about 12 inches apart, just to keep things nice and organized. Then simply make a shallow furrow, about ½ an inch deep, along each row. Sow the seeds thinly, spacing them about 2 inches apart. This will give them enough room to grow without needing to be thinned out too much later on. Chapter 4. Watering your spinach. After sowing, water the seeds in gently but thoroughly. It's important to keep the soil consistently moist, especially during the germination period, which is usually around 7 to 10 days. However, be careful not to overwater, as this can lead to root rot and other problems. A good rule of thumb is to water deeply but less frequently, allowing the topsoil to dry out slightly between waterings. Chapter 5. Thinning out your spinach. Once your spinach seedlings have grown to about 2 inches tall and have developed a couple of true leaves, it's time to thin them out. This might seem a bit ruthless, but trust me, it's for the best. Thinning allows the remaining plants to grow larger and stronger. Simply use a pair of scissors or your fingers to snip off the weaker seedlings at the soil level, leaving the strongest ones spaced about 4 inches apart. And here's a little tip. Don't throw away those thinnings. They're delicious in salads and sandwiches. Chapter 6. Harvesting your spinach. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, harvest time. In just 4 to 6 weeks from sowing, you can begin harvesting your very own homegrown spinach. It's incredibly rewarding, isn't it? The best time to harvest is in the morning, after the dew has dried but before the heat of the day sets in. To harvest, simply use a sharp knife or scissors to cut off the outer leaves, leaving the central growing point intact. This will encourage the plant to produce more leaves for a continuous supply. And there you have it. It really is as simple as that. Growing your own spinach is incredibly rewarding, and it needn't take up much space in your garden. Just a little bit of care and attention, and you'll be rewarded with an abundance of fresh, delicious leaves. Perfect for salads, smoothies, or simply wilted with a knob of butter. Give it a try this April.